and it is the duty of the commission to eliminate the practices having adverse effect. Now this commission is also required to give opinion on the competition issues. Now who will be the selection committee for appointing this chairperson and the other members in this particular commission from the date on which he enters upon his office, or he shall be eligible for reappointment. Hi and a warm welcome to all dear students. I, George Olime, Commerce Faculty, Department of Commerce, Vidyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysore. Dear students, today we shall take up, that is session 2 of Unit 6 related to the Competition Act of 2002. So in the last class I was explaining to you about the first introduction part and when it was established. So all these things I had explained to you. In today's session, let us see the other important aspects related to this particular topic or the unit. Now, in today's session, it is about the Competition Commission of India. Competition Commission of India. So, Competition Commission of India is a body corporate. It means it is an individual body corporate or corporate body, whatever it is nothing but it is an institution, or it can be called as an a body corporate, or it is also an individual or independent body, and it is an independent body or entity which is possessing a common seal, which will be having a common seal as a rubber stamp for all the official signatures to put on the documents, with the powers to enter into a contracts and to sue in its name. So why this particular competition, that is the Competition Commission of India, is a corporate body? As I told you, this Competition Commission of India is a body corporate, or it is an individual body, or we call it as an independent body or an entity which is possessing a common seal, which will be having a common seal or rubber stamp, we say, which will be used for the as official signature for all the various documents and contracts, and it will be having the powers to enter into a contract as well as to sue in its name. That means to file in its particular name. And this consists of a chairperson. So this Competition Commission of India, which is established, it has been consisting of a chairperson. The chairperson will be there, who will be assisted by minimum of 2 and maximum of 6 other members. So there will be one chairperson. Along with him, there will be 2 minimum members and maximum 6 members, right? And it is the duty of the commission to eliminate the practices having adverse effect. So what is the main purpose of this particular Competition Commission of India? It says the main purpose is, or the aim or duty of this particular commission is to eliminate the practices which is having an adverse effect on the competition, and also to promote and sustain the competition, as well as to retain or sustain the competition in order to protect the interest of the consumers at large, and also ensure that there is a freedom in doing the trade activities in the markets of India. So that is the main aim. So once again I'll repeat. So this particular commission, that is Competition Commission of India, it consists of a chairperson who will be assisted by minimum of 2 members, maximum of 6 members in that particular committee, and its duty is to see that to eliminate the practices which is having the adverse effects on the competition, and also to promote as well as secure the competition in the interest of the consumers, as well as in order to see that it ensures a freedom or a free trade in the markets of India. Now this commission is also required to give opinion on the competition issues. So not only just to protect or to provide or or promote the competition, or sustain the competition, or promote the interest of the consumers and all, but also it is also required to give an opinion regarding the competition issues on reference received from a statutory authority, and which has been established under any kind of law in India. And in order to take the competition advocacy, create public awareness and impart training on competition issues. So the other important aspect related to this particular, that is, we say that about this competition is Competition Commission is the commission is also required to give an opinion. They need to give an opinion and a suggestion regarding on competition issues, and in reference with, or that is which has been received from a statutory authority or a statutory body, and which has been established under any kind of law, and in order to undertake the competition advocacy, and to create a public awareness as well as to impart the training on competition issues. Now, the selection committees for chairperson and members of commission. Now, who will be the selection committee for appointing this chairperson and the other members in this particular commission? So, the chairperson and other members of the commission shall be appointed by the central government. So, central government is going to appoint this particular chairperson of the commission, as well as the other members will be assisting the chairperson in this commission. From the panel of names, which has been recommended by the selection committee. So, the selection committee which is been established under the central government, so they will be looking into this selection of various chairpersons and chairperson, as well as their other that is members, and they will choose from this particular panel. They will recommend the names which has been given by the committee people, that is the selection committee people, and it consists of the Chief Justice of India or his nominee as a chairperson. Now, who will be the chairperson of this commission? So, usually the chairperson of this particular commission, that is Competition Commission of India, will be the Chief Justice of India. He will be the chairperson. That means the Supreme Court, Chief Justice of Supreme Court. Then secondly, the Secretary in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So, next comes the members. So, out of 6 members, the first member will be like, they will be in the post of Secretary in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Then the next member, they will be Secretary in the Ministry of Law and Justice. Then there will be 2 more experts of repute, that is, who is having a special knowledge, right, of professional experience in international trade, economics, business, commerce, law, finance, accountancy, management, industry, public affairs, or competition matters, including competition law, policy and policy. So, for all this, 1 more member will be appointed here. So, chairperson will be the Chief Justice. So, I will repeat, the chairperson here will be the Chief Justice of India, that is from Supreme Court. Then the first member out of 6 members, the first member will be in the post of Secretary in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Then the second member will be at the Secretary level or the post or designation in the Ministry of Law and Justice. And next, 2 more members will be there. They will be the experts who will be having special knowledge regarding various professional, and also they are having professional experience related to international trade, economics, business, commerce, law. Then we have accountancy, industry, management, public affairs, competition matters, including competition law and policy. Then the term of the selection committee and the manner of the selection of panel of names shall be maybe as prescribed. First, it says the term of office of a chairperson and the other members. The chairperson and every other member shall be holding the office for such a term of 5 years. So, 5 years they will be having the term, right, from the date on which he enters upon his office, or he shall be eligible for reappointment. So, till 5 years they will be full-fledged members and the chairperson. After that, he can also be again reappointed, or again he can be taken into that particular office, provided that the chairman or the other members shall not hold office of any such he has attained at the age of 65 years. So, here, provided that particular person, that is the chairperson, after, if he wants to get again reappointed, the chairperson or any other members should not hold any kind of offices, such as after he has attained the age of 65 years. Secondly, a vacancy caused by resignation. If there is any vacancy which is being caused by resignation of any person, right, or removal of the chairperson. So, if it is resigned by any chairperson or removal of the chairperson by the selection committee or the board of panel of by the central government, or any other member under section level, or by death of any member or chairperson, or otherwise shall be filled up by fresh appointment in accordance with the provisions of selections. Next, the chairperson and every other members shall be before entering upon his office. So, here the chairperson or any other member shall be before entering the office of that particular post or the designation they have given, make and subscribe to an oath of office. So, they need to take the oath of office, right, oath of office as well as the oath of secrecy in such form and manner and before such authority may be prescribed. So, the chairperson, other members here, before taking the charge of that particular office, so they need to take the oath, that is the take oath of office as well as the secrecy from the prescribed authority. So, in the event of the occurrence of a vacancy in the office of a chairperson, then by reason like death or due to resignation or any otherwise, the senior most member shall act as a chairperson. Now, in case if there is any vacancy in the office of the chairperson and that vacancy is been due to the death, reason may be the death or resignation or otherwise, then the senior most member who is there in that particular as a member shall act as a chairperson until the date of which a new chairperson is been appointed in accordance with the provisions of this act in order to fill such vacancies enters upon his office. Then thirdly, it says the chairperson is unable to discharge his functions. So when the chairperson is not able to discharge his functions and do his duties and responsibilities owing to some of the absence, and also sometimes he may be sick due to sickness, that is illness, or any other cause or any other reason, then the senior most member shall be discharging the functions and duties and responsibilities of the chairperson until the date of which the chairperson assumes the charge of his function. The next term is related to resignation, removal and suspension of chairperson and other members. Now, under this, students, it says the chairperson or any other member may be by notice in writing under his and addressed to the central government can resign his office. That is, he should give the notice in writing and they should be sent to the central government that I am resigning or quitting that particular post, right? The chairperson or any other member if they wish, provided that the chairperson or the member shall, unless he is permitted by the central government to relinquish his office sooner, continue to hold office until the expiry of 3 months from the date of receipt of such notice, or until the person is duly appointed or his successor enters upon his office, or until the expiry of his term of office, whichever is the earliest. So, if I am a chairperson, if I am wanting to resign my post, I want to quit the post, then I need to give the notice in writing by myself, that is in handwritten, and it should be given to the, or it is be submitted to the central government. Now the central government, what they do, they take that particular resignation and provide, now the chairman, what he has to do, the chairperson member or any other person, unless he is been permitted, he cannot just give the resignation and go, unless until he is been permitted by the central government to relinquish his office sooner, that means to quit his office sooner, continue to hold. So, he will be holding that particular office until the expiry of 3 months. So, 3 months time is there, till then he can hold from the date of his receipt of such notice. So, from the time of his notice, from there 3 months, he should be there in the office for 3 months, and later on he can quit, or until if a person is been appointed, or if a new chairperson is appointed, till the new chairperson is appointed, this person who has resigned or given the resignation letter should continue in office, right? Or until the expiry of his term, so or till his term is finishing of office, whichever is the earliest. Out of these three, whichever is earliest, whichever comes first, so he can be quitting his job. Then, notwithstanding anything contained in the subsection, the central government may or by order remove the chairperson or any other members from his office if a chairperson or a member, as the case may be, right? Now, sometimes what happens, even they can be removed also. Now, first case is of resignation on own. Secondly, here the central government will be removing, terminating their positions or the post which they are holding, that is maybe of chairperson or any other members from his or office. If the chairperson or the members, in case maybe like his or her at any time has been adjudged as an insolvent, if that particular person, that is members or a chairperson, if they are declared as insolvent. Secondly, as engaged at any time during his term of office in any paid employment. Third, has been convicted to an offence which is the opinion of the central government removes moral turpitude, then has acquired such financial or any other interest as likely to affect prejudicially his functions as a member, or he has so abused his position as to render his continuancy in office to the prejudice of the public interest, or if he has become physically or mentally incapable of acting as a member or a chairperson. So, all these are the reasons why they can be removed. Now, notwithstanding anything contained in the subsection, no member shall be removed from his office on the ground specified in the clause, that is, that subsection unless the Supreme Court on the reference being made on this behalf of by the central government or as an enquiry being made or held in accordance to that particular procedure which may be prescribed or behalf by the Supreme Court, then reported to that particular member and ought to be on grounds, such grounds or that particular on because of that particular grounds he can be removed. So students, these are the important topics related to the resignation, removal, suspension of a chairperson and other members, as well as the Commission of India. Now let us understand before going to the next session or before completing this session or winding up this session, we shall see what are the things. So I explained to you about the Competition Commission of India. So a Competition Commission of India is body, corporate and independent entity, or a independent entity means a separate body which is possessing a common seal, which is being having common seal, and which will be having the power to enter into contract and also to file the case on others, and is consisting of a chairperson who will be assisting by minimum of 2 members, maximum of 6 members, right, as a members. And the duty of the commission is to eliminate the practices which have been followed into the adverse effect on competition, promote and sustain the competition to protect the interests of the consumers at large, and to ensure the freedom of trade in the markets of India. Now, this commission is also required to give the opinion or suggestion on the grounds of competition issues on reference received from any other statutory authority which has been established under the law, and in order to undertake competition advocacy, create public awareness, as well as impart training on competition issues. Now, coming to the selection committee for chairperson and members of the commission of this particular commission. Now, chairperson and other members of a commission shall be appointed by the central government from the panel of names which has been recommended from the selection committee, which is consisting of the Chief Justice of India or his nominee as a chairperson of the commission, the Secretary in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs as a member, then the Secretary of Ministry of Law and Justice as a member, then 2 members or experts of repute or reputation who is having a very special knowledge of as well as the special knowledge and professional experience in international trade, business laws, then economics, finance, accountancy, management, industry, public affairs, competition in the markets, then competition law and policy. All this they can be a member. From all this they can become a member. Then the term of selection committee and the manner of selection of panel of names shall be maybe such prescribed as here. Coming to the terms of office of chairperson and other members, the chairperson and other members shall hold the office for the period of 5 years from the date of which they have been appointed or enters into the firm or enters into the office, and they shall be eligible for reappointment, provided that chairperson or other members shall not hold office or any other after he has attained the age of 65 years. Then the vacancy caused by resignation or removal of the chairperson or any other member under this particular section 11 or by death or otherwise, then shall be filled by the fresh appointment in accordance with the provision of this particular selection committee or selection. The chairperson and every other member shall, before entering into his office, make to subscribe and take oath of office, take the oath of office and secrecy from the prescribed authority in the such form and manner. Then, in the event of occurrence of a vacancy in the office, then the chairperson, by reason of his death, resignation, and otherwise, the seniormost member shall act as a chairperson, and until the date on which the new chairperson has been appointed in accordance with the provisions of the Act, as well as to fill the vacancy entered upon this particular Act. Then, when the chairperson is unable to discharge his own functions, duties, and responsibility because of or owing to absence, or it may be due to sickness or illness or any other cause, then the senior-most member who are there in the particular committee will be discharging the functions of the chairperson until on that particular date on which the chairperson resumes the charge of his functions. Now, resignation part, resignation, removal and suspension of chairperson and other members. The chairperson and other members may be by notice, given by notice in writing under his hand, addressed to the central government, that is resignation of his office, provided that particular chairperson or a member shall, unless until he is permitted by the central government, he cannot leave the office, in order to see that to continue this hold his office until the expiry of 3 months from the date of receipt of this particular resignation. And also it says or until unless if duly the person has been appointed as a new chairperson, or until unless the expiry of his term, that is of which he is expiry of his term or office, and in whichever is earlier out of these 3. And also it says, notwithstanding to any contained in subsection, the central government may or they may remove the chairperson or any other member from the office of chairpersons or members in case any time has been adjudged as insolvent, if that particular chairperson or member, if they declared as an insolvent. Secondly, he has been engaged at any time during the term of his office in a paid employment. He has taken some, he is doing other work where he is getting the salary. Then he has been convicted of an offence in which the opinion of the central government involves moral turpitude. Then if his moral conduct is not good, then if he has acquired such financial or any other interest from any other party like which is likely to affect prejudicially his functions as a member, then if he has been abused his position in order to tender his continuance in the office prejudicial to the public interest, and if he has become physically and mentally incapable of acting as a member or a, what you call the chairperson. And also, notwithstanding anything contained in the subsection, no member shall be removed from the office on the ground specified in the clause if that particular subsection, unless the Supreme Court gives an ordinance or reference being made to this particular removal or termination of this particular members, right? That is in behalf of by the central government, they will be putting a appeal in the Supreme Court in order to remove this or to have an inquiry about that particular members or the chairpersons, and whatever the procedure has to be followed, that procedures will be followed in a prescribed manner, and thereby on behalf of the Supreme Court, which has been reported by that particular member or on particular such grounds, he can be removed. So students, these are the important topics or the terms related to this particular unit. So see you in the next session. Until then, take care. Have a nice day. Thank you.